I know, right?
All right. Boom. I'm gonna tag it right now. Okay, I got get a notification. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of the People's Podcast this evening. We have an amazing couple on with us that this is the part two that everybody has been anxiously awaiting
Right.
because the part one, it was some Chicago Wi-Fi going on. I don't know what was going on.
Listen, that was definitely Josh.
Man.
I don't know what was going on that day, but we are here with brother Darryl and sister Kenya. Okay, boom, I just tagged you on my Facebook. And the people want to know who have everybody's basically been invested in you all's relationship from afar, rooting for you all, the whole entire nation of Islam, and in and out. People just want to know the behind the scenes. So everybody kept hitting me, man, we gotta know how long they what all this. I'm like, I got how to do the interview. People trying to tell me how to do the interview. And like that, well, ask this and ask that. Okay. But the first thing that we would like to know is, first of all, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And first of all, thank you, Josh, for doing this with us. We're so excited and grateful. So thank you. You've been doing your thing with all your interviews and stuff. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Praise be to Allah. And Darryl, I had a quick question. Okay, so I see I'm representing, LeBron James and the Lakers winning, but I see your name on Instagram. Is that from Derrick Rose, or is that how'd you come up with D Rose?
You know what? So of course the D is my first initial D. Now Rose, that comes from that's actually a nickname that my aunt gave me, like when I was like really young.
Oh, okay.
Now being inspired by D Rose, of course, I kind of put the two together. Which made D Rose. So it is kind of inspired from D Rose, who's of course from Chicago. He was a big influence, for sure.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. All right. Well, okay. Everybody says Jadea. Sister Joy is watching for the first time. Something like Sister Naima. Ilyasa says, "Hey y'all, hey Illy." Shout out to Ilyasa on her new business. We can't wait to bring you on. Promote it. Okay. All right. So the first question we want to know is, who chose on who first?
Who what?
Who chose on who first? Who made the first move? Like who showed the interest?
Okay, so why are you laughing? Okay, so it would be well, you know what? Technically, we were already friends first. Let's start there because growing up, in Chicago's mosque, our crews were very tightly intertwined. So like me and my best friend, which was Tyera, Darryl and her brothers, which is Shad and Khalil and everybody, were best friends. So every time I would go over to Tyra's house, he there, so we were always cool in the beginning. So that's kind of how it started. We just were genuine friends. And then I kind of grew. I don't know who started liking each other first, but I don't know. I think it was probably me. Okay. Probably me. Okay. No, don't do too much.
I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. Okay, I think it probably was me, but I don't even remember when exactly that started. But yeah, so it was me. And then we kind of started communicating, just talking a little bit more, outside the little group functions and stuff. And then it grew from there pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Aisha says something like salam, Aisha. Oh, this is Aisha's first time. Thank y'all, everybody. Darryl and Kenya bring out everybody. Okay, so listen.
And we watched her and her husband's interview with you too, and it was great.
We did.
Okay, praise be to Allah. Beautiful. Okay, well, brother Darryl, where did you take her on your first date? Where did you take her?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Wow, we should have studied before we came here. Where did we go? We probably went to the movies.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we went to the movies.
Something standard like that. I'm sure it was probably like a movie and probably out to eat or something like that. That's always like your typical, date. So it was probably something like that. I don't even remember, honestly. I'm being
okay, all right. Yeah. And brother Darryl, because of the Kenya popular teaching, strong family, how did you feel any pressure with approaching her, dealing with her family?
He's talking about
What?
You know what?
No, I just want
to know. I didn't actually, like I said, like me, or like she said, me and her we were always really, really close friends. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was kind of, it was easy in a sense. Her mother, sister Michelle, I guess we have a pretty good relationship. She likes me, which was a very important aspect in our relationship.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to get the blessings from her mother. You know what I'm saying? So that was key. That was important. And so I can't say that I felt any pressure. Outside of that, I'm kind of always like.
Yeah, I would say that it's crazy because everybody liked Darryl. Like, how you have those, guys or whatever that you introduce to your family or whatever, and they all like, who is that? And everybody always is like, they're even around the mom. So it was kind of easy in that regard. I think a little bit. Once we started like getting serious, engaged and stuff like that, it was a little bit more like serious conversations that he had with different people. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, it was kind of like, I know this is a good guy, so I'm not, tripping on them talking or something like that.
Okay, great. And Darryl, did you feel any pressure with bringing her? Were you worried about your family approving from her?
My family loved her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We never had any issues with that. You know what I'm saying? Both of our families kind of welcomed each of us in, pretty easily. My family loved Kenya. You know what I'm saying? They, even, they'd be like, "Where's Kenya?" Like, I don't know where she. You know what I'm saying? Even, so now my family loved Kenya. I mean, it's pretty much as simple as that.
Okay, beautiful. And Sister Kenya, we'll start with you. Who said "I love you" first?
Diva! Darryl definitely did. And the crazy part is, like, I remember
she retells this story at least like every 2 months.
I wasn't even going to tell the story, but now that you mentioned it, I may as well. No, I'm not even sure to tell it. Sure. Okay, so yeah, now first of all, this was a long time ago, okay? And we were some lays, babe. But basically, we had like this.
No, let's
yeah, okay, we're gonna scratch. It was too ugly. Darryl said "I love you" first.
I said it first.
He did, and I was shocked because I didn't even. It's crazy, like when I think back, because a lot of times. Or I remember like at one point being in love low key, but not even knowing that I was in love. Like I was young, I didn't really know what love was, Yeah. And then I remember I was talking to my friend, but she's like, "Girl, you in love?" And I'm like, "Wait, for real? Like, are you?" And then I started thinking about like, "Oh wait, no, I actually am in love." But Darryl actually said it first, which is not big or anything, but usually I'm the communicator. Like I'm the one who talk a lot in the relationship. Like I'll say my feelings very easily. That's me. I talk all the time. So for Darryl to say it first, I was like, ah. But yeah,
that's amazing. By the way, as long as I've known Darryl, this is the most emotion that he's ever shown. So I can tell you.
Oh my
God. For sure.
Okay, and Brother Darryl, how did you know that Sister Kenya was the one?
You know what? I think it was something, and it sounds cliche, you know what I'm saying? I think it was something in my soul that was satisfied, you know what I'm saying? And I think about like, of course, like, in the scripture, we're taught that, Allah created made of the same kind. So in my mind, okay, Allah created someone for me, you know what I'm saying? And so, it also says later in the Quran, okay, Allah hates divorce. So in my mind, it's like, okay, I have to be right the first time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me, it was important for me to knowing that if Allah made somebody for me, then I needed to go to Allah to make sure that I made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? And so I think in that, and I heard the minister say one time, like, Allah will help you make certain decisions and certain choices if you allow him to. And so for me, I think I, in a sense, allowed him to, move me and navigate me to make those decisions. And even before, like me and Kenya, I even entertained the idea of Kenya. Like I said, me and her were like super close friends. You know what I'm saying? So even outside of that, even outside of like the spiritual side, like this is like my legit best friend. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's super key in a relationship. Like this is like my right hand. You know what I'm saying? And so that was key. And then even outside of that, a lot of our interests align. You know what I mean? Like we like the same things. There's never any conflict with like my goals and her goals. Like we have shared goals, which is another key aspect.
Yeah.
So, a lot of those things, man. It felt right,
Beautiful. Okay, I'm saying, oh, come on, bro. So sweet. Okay, so Melinda says, "Some like family, congratulations, like slime."
Like a salam.
Naima K, Sophia got first. Sister Justice Muhammad. Joy says, "Oh, sister."
Hey, assalamu alaikum.
Michelle says, "Yes, she loves Darryl." Mimi says, "Peace."
Hey, mom.
Aisha, nice try. Okay, so I want to thank everybody. My next question for you is, starting with you, Sister Kenya. How did you know that Darryl was the one, and how did you know that you were ready?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so how did I know Darryl was the one? I would say that before we even started talking, I knew that Darryl was a great guy. Then when we got together, it was easy. Like me and Darryl got along great. Like he said, like we had so much fun together. We like our conversations was easy. Like everything was literally great. And I just knew that he would be a great husband to somebody, a great father to, somebody's children. So I always knew that he was just a great guy. And, I just knew that he was the one, right? Now, I will say, as time went on, there were times where I would be like, you know what? Darryl is such a great guy, but how do I know that means that he's the perfect guy for me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's cool, but how does that translate into being the person for me, right? And then as time went on, we would have different phases where we wouldn't talk, we would go times where we wouldn't talk or communicate and things like that. And it was mostly because of me, because I was a little unsure at times. But his character throughout the entire relationship, the more that I matured, the more that I began to appreciate certain qualities about him, like how peaceful he is. Like I didn't realize how great of a characteristic that was until you start seeing other people and seeing the way that guys treat women or experiencing other things. And it's like, you are not a peaceful person within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or the way that he talked to me, like every time we even argued a little bit, first of all, it was my fault probably. Because Darryl started arguing. Calm down. Darryl started arguing. Like I remember thinking at one point, like, dang, man, we just always on the same page. Like, when can we argue a little bit? That's how I used to be immature a little bit immature a lot in my thinking, but he was always himself. Like he never allowed me to take him off his square, to talk to me crazy, to raise his voice, none of that.
Okay, there. Okay.
Yes. I was actually really impressed. And so then, like, as I just experienced my own life, realized my own goals, got more into it my own self, I started to then appreciate him for everything that he was that whole time. And then I realized, why he was perfect for me, because we balance each other out. So I'm the one that's like, yes, what's up, doing the most. The one that's just chilling, cool. Cool. And like he said, with our goals and how much those are intertwined and how that's so important to have somebody that you can, first of all, as a woman, you can see yourself helping them with their goals, because it's something that in a way you're either interested in or you have some type of knowledge in to be able to help them, and so because our stuff is so intertwined, I just see us going so far. And then just in a general, the basic qualities of his personality, the way that he treats me, all of those kind of things were always there. Then the last part was my confidence in us came about for sure. And that's kind of how I really knew.
Beautiful. Thanks a lot. And thank you, Brad Darryl, for holding it down and being silent during that time. So many comments. Thank you, Eric, and to Leela. Everybody saying, teach, girl. Yes, go off. You know how Black woman sister. Go off. Time. Okay, wonderful. Okay, listen. My next question for you, Darryl, this is, so the king just said there were times where y'all wouldn't be speaking and stuff like that. What made you hold your position during those time periods?
Man, honestly, because I was so sure. I was honestly so sure. You know what I'm saying? And I understood that, of course we were both young. You know what I mean? There was a lot of life that we have yet to experience and go through, and I understood that from her point. sometimes you got to go out there and bump your head, and sometimes you got to go out there and experience certain things to realize, you know, certain aspects. And in my mind, I already knew what it was, and this is not being, I don't mean to be, you know, arrogant, but I not that I knew you would come.
Talk that talk, there. Yeah, talk that talk.
No, that's how I honestly felt. Like I'm like, okay, you know, because you know what's the saying? Like if
it's like for you, it'll come back.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I.
If it's yours,
feel.
okay.
You know,
yeah. Okay, Darryl, yeah.
So you know that I understood that, you know, there were certain you know, we both had to mature, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and not just on her part, on my part as well. Like there was a lot of things that I took from it and learned from it too. So but like I said, I was sure. My mind was made. I already knew what it was, you know, and yeah.
Beautiful, praise be to Allah. Okay, so social media went crazy just a few months ago. It seemed like when you posted the proposal video and the pictures. But Darryl, how was, you know, what made you go do it? We in COVID, everybody got masks on. What made you be like, you know what? Go time.
Yeah, you know what, man? Like, so of course, when COVID hit, like in my mind, I was like, so even before COVID, like Kenya would always like, you know, Kenya likes a show. You know what I'm saying? So
what does that mean?
At first, initially, it's like, okay, Kenya wanted her friends and like cool the whole thing.
Wait, let me just jump in. Let me just say one thing. First of all, I never said that. I know I did not. If you remember correctly, every time we would talk about, I said it doesn't matter. It can be on some low key stuff.
It became that down the line.
No. You mean like years ago?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then it grew into what she said, like, okay, now, you know, it can be intimate. It can be like just, you know, that type of thing. But when COVID hit, now it has to get creative, you know what I'm saying? And so that idea, so for all those who don't know, I made a website for Kenya. I proposed to her with a website. That came about because my mother actually, she started a boutique, right? And she wanted me to make a website for her. Now, I don't know how in her mind she thought that I made websites, but for some reason, everybody thinks that I know how to do everything technical, whatever.
Yeah,
and so my mother asked me to make a website. Now, granted, this was, now as I'm, you know, going through, like, I think it was like, I forget which website builder it was, but I had never used it before. And going through it, I'm like, you know what, this will be a dope idea to propose with. Now, granted, there was a lot of pressure because Kenya's like, man, this better be good. This
I was joking.
No, but you were joking, but you was for real. And so in my mind, I'm like, don't worry about it, I got you.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, he would always act super confident, like he just had the idea.
But deep down, I was like, I have nothing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Funny.
But it wasn't until like a couple of days before where like I was, you know, going through looking at the website, but I'm like, you know, this would be a great idea. And so like I literally made the website that night for my first website I ever made.
And how long before the proposal was this?
This was like 2 days before, literally.
Wow. I don't think I knew that.
2 days before. And so made the website, you know what I'm saying? I reached out to her friend, I mean, sent it to her like, this is what, you know, what you think about this? Like I got her, you know, got her input on it and whatever. And yeah, it turned out dope, man. Yeah, what else happened?
Well, he was asking what made you decide to do it right now.
Oh, it was time. Like it was legitimately time. Like even we had already, we knew, you know, of course, at that point we were courting for like how many months? Like at least 4 or 5 months or something like that. Was it?
I don't
and so exactly. I mean, it was time. You know what I'm saying? And Kenya was already a little antsy already.
What? What does that
I'm saying like you were on. I'm just saying.
What does antsy mean? Tell us.
Antsy.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
As in like you felt something was coming.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
But okay, you said it like thirsty.
No.
That's how you said it. Like you said it like I was up in there like, Darryl, when you finna do it?
No,
that's
like,
how you said that.
You felt something was coming, so we were.
Yeah, for
like,
sure. I definitely could tell that something was going on because people started acting too weird. I said, no, something's happening. You know, I didn't know exactly when, but I'm like, something going on.
And then it's like one of her requirements was her nails had to be done. You know what I'm saying?
That was probably my only requirement.
Right.
And did you meet the requirement, Darryl?
No, but look, all the shops were closed. This is COVID, right? So anytime, like, okay, if I was to hint to Kenya, like, okay, go get your nails done, she already know what it was.
Oh yeah, I would have known.
I would have gave it away immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I just had to do it. I had to do it.
Wait, I said, look at my nails, but I literally had a backup already in the house. My sister had some fake nails for me. Okay, so I literally after he proposed, it took all the pictures with him.
Okay, see, that's what family's for.
Listen, I was like, this day is not gonna go on without my nails being done.
Okay, and now Sister Kenya, when you saw Brother Darryl, I don't know the exact, like, I didn't know it was a website. I just saw him on his knees.
Yeah.
Everybody outside. Mm-hmm. When you saw it, how did you feel, and what made you say yes?
Yeah, so okay, like he said, he made the website. So what happened was I was in the house, me and Darryl were about to go out. So he was coming to pick me up so we could go out, I guess on a date or whatever. So my sister was at the house that day or whatever. So my sister was just like on her laptop the whole time as I'm getting ready. I'm almost ready, you know, just doing my finishing touches. So my sister like, can you come over here as I'm pretty much done? She's like, come over here and look at something on my computer. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me hurry up because I know Darryl's been outside.
I've been outside for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I felt bad. But yeah, so I'm trying to hurry up to go out there. Like, this man been outside for 30 minutes, let me hurry up. So I'm like, okay, Candace, I'm coming, but I'm just doing everything I got to do before I need to walk out the door. But in my mind, I'm not going to look at her laptop. I have to go. Anyways, so as I'm walking out the door, she like kept telling me, like, Kenya, just look at my computer. I'm trying to show you something. So I'm annoyed, but I'm like, okay, let me just look at the computer. So I look, and I just see real quickly, like, Kenya, will you marry me on there? And I said, so then I like go to the web, like I go over there, whatever. So I start scrolling, and it's all of this stuff, like about how he felt about me, how much he loved me, and all this. It was really beautifully done. But I'm reading it. So in that moment, I was processing, okay, I'm pretty much getting proposed to, you know. So I'm reading it, I'm trying to be in the moment, but I'm also like freaking out, like I'm getting proposed to, you know. So then at the end it said like basically, so will you marry me? Yes or yes, like that or whatever. So I clicked, so like, okay, which one do I click? I clicked the yes one, and then it said come outside. So when I came out there, I didn't expect like all of those people to be there. I don't know what I expected to be there because I wasn't really thinking. But when I came out, I see all these people in there, like, you know, gets on his knee or whatever. So it was very shocking, but I was already processing it a little bit in the house or whatever. So I mean, at that point, it was an absolute yes, you know. Like off the website alone, he was gonna get it. Yes, no, just playing. But yeah, so then of course, I mean, we were ready, like he said. So it was definitely the perfect moment and the perfect time. So of course, well, actually, I didn't say yes. I said
you said
absolutely, something like that. Of course, but yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Now, Darryl, as a give some advice to the men who were single, right? As far as if you're gonna propose to somebody, and you got all these people around. Right. You were sure that she was, so you had to have some kind of confidence because you got people coming to watch you. So you put this on, like, what's up?
Man, I told Kenya, like, I'm only asking. I'm only asking one time.
Like, what is your point, sir?
But no, look, I mean, you both have to be on the same page with one already. You have to know before you propose to somebody that I would never put myself in a situation where it's like
you're not
she
sure.
Maybe like may say yeah, like I would never do that to myself. You know what I'm saying? So before you do that, just make sure that y'all two are on the same page and you both understand that you're ready, and that you all have had conversations about, you know what I'm saying, being ready and making sure that before you take that next step and buying a ring and actually proposing to somebody, like just be sure that y'all are on the same page. You know.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you all. Yeah, a lot of comments. Thank you all for your support.
Somebody was asking how old we are. I'm 24.
I'm 28.
28.
Okay, boom, perfect. Now, my next question for you is, Sister Kenya, how was the honeymoon with COVID? Like, how was that? Like,
perfect. And let me tell you why. Because right now, many people are not traveling. Places are open right now, but no one's really going there because of COVID. But for us, when we got there, the worst part, I guess, is the plane ride, because you have to be on a plane. But that's, I mean, standing in the grocery store line at that point, you know? Right. But once we got there, most places were empty. The beaches probably at the most about 10 people. All the restaurants, they have a limit, but they're not even reaching the limit because most people are not there. We went on excursions. It was only us and one other couple. It's like it was no one there. Perfect. So it was literally perfect for us to just, you know, live our best lives, because most of the time we by ourselves. And when we are in the public, it's not that many people around. So that was great. And they had a lot of like, I mean, every 5 seconds they ask you to put on hand sanitizer, they checking your temperature and different things. And you had to get a COVID test before you even left, which is great. So yeah, it was very perfect.
Yeah, and it's like anywhere we go, it's gonna be better than Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, America
we're the worst here.
Like you know, sky high. So anywhere we go, it's like COVID, we good. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it was.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Well, my next question is, Darryl, what do you do for fun separate? And then what do you do for fun as a couple?
Separate.
Yeah, what do you do for fun?
Well, I like sports. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up playing sports. So whether it's basketball, baseball, football, like growing up, I literally played every single sport from basketball to like soccer. You know what I'm saying? So I like being active. I like playing sports. I love movies. I'm a filmmaker. I graduated from film school, but you know we do that together though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a big film person. I love watching movies, things like that. TV shows, but that's what we do together too. So we watch a lot of movies together. We love one thing that's going to be key in our relationship that we do together is travel, because that's something that we both love to do as well. And I just think that's key and critical for a relationship. Every now and then you got to go somewhere. You know?
No, literally, that was like, because even though me and Darryl known each other for so long, we never entered a phase like this, of course. So going on like our honeymoon, you know, traveling together, that was like a stamp of like, you know, everything that all of us basically. And it was just like really good to like, you know, be somewhere else where this is the only person that I know, you know what I'm saying? I trust this person with my life, essentially. We had this whole house, you know, by ourselves, in a whole country by ourselves. And then just being together, it was like something that we, dope. Of course, never experienced before. So it was great.
Excellent. And Sister Kenya, what do you do for fun?
Honey, I'm trying to think, what do I do for fun?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? We need to get more into like doing things just purely for fun. I'll say that because now that I'm thinking about it, it's either like working or on the social media, on Netflix, watching TV, movies and stuff like that, you know. And right now, especially because of COVID, that put a damper on the things that we did do out and about. But I feel like from this, we should really sit down and plan and map out some hobbies or something, like to really do more stuff. So, because I'm trying to think, I don't really be doing that except if it's a function going on. You know, I might go out with my friends or something like that, or watching something, or you know, on YouTube, like trying to figure some new stuff out. But I don't really have any hobbies, which is not a good thing. And then together, like he said, we watch a lot of things. We are adventurous, so we want to do more going out, you know, hiking or whatever it is. Ice skating now since it's about to get cold and stuff like that. Just different things. We definitely want to be more active in things, but right now we just been chilling, quarantined up. You know, trying to get used to this new life. Like, I feel like I'm on vacation right now, even though I'm home right now. So even coming back from our trip, we went to Aruba for our honeymoon. It's like, I still feel like I'm on vacation. Like I haven't, you know, settled completely. And even though, you know, we doing stuff and cooking and everything, but it still feels new and fresh. Yeah,
so we're still getting used to it and process and everything. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's beautiful though.
Yeah. Okay, great. So Brother Darryl, so what you're saying is what everybody has told me all these years, like, you know, once you get married and you come back, the honeymoon's over and it's like this just changed. You came back as a man, when you came back in the house, it was still cool. Like everything was fine.
No, it honestly was still. I mean, it's still cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I just feel like I think marriage is dope, man. You with your best friend every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sure there'll be some times, that some things that we go through, whether it's trials and things like that. But for the most part, I think we'll be good, man. I think as long as we allow ourselves to, just keep things fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like even if we gotta every couple months go to another city for a weekend, just things like that.
Yeah, we're that couple.
You know
like
what I'm saying?
I definitely see us, especially because we're young and of course we don't have children or anything. So like we just want to allow ourselves to be free. So whether it's going different places or whatever it is, learning new things together, we're doing different courses right now together to learn different things about social media or whatever it is. Like we just want to be free and have fun and don't get too serious, because like the question that you just asked, the answer is no, but also we just got back like 2 days ago. Right. You know what I'm saying? We can't even give an accurate description, an answer to that. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we don't make things too heavy when they don't need to be right now. Just because we're married don't mean things have to be all crazy and strict and even though we're still growing and maturing. So, making sure that the place is clean or cooking and things like that. And Darryl still got to make sure that, everything is going right with bills and stuff like that. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we have to get too rigid and too, stressed out and things like that. So we just want to make sure that we make it as easy as possible for ourselves. The trials and things are going to come, but we don't want to put no extra stuff on it that doesn't need to be there,
Praise be to Allah. Well, you all definitely have the proper energy for the viewing audience of the People's Podcast, the young energy. I like that, and we like that. We rooting for you all. Okay. Now I got a quick question for you, Darryl. With your business, I have sponsors of the podcast. How can we support D-Roll and his visuals?
Yes.
You know what? So I'm kind of in a phase right now where like I go through phases to where like, I started off doing music videos and things like that. I kind of transitioned into when I went to film school because I wanted to just take things to another level. So I would say just so when I come out with different, films and movies and things like that, just watch it, give me feedback. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I think that is as a filmmaker, that's kind of one of the best tools or ways to just kind of polish up and get better is, be receptive to people's feedback about your work, So yeah, I would say that.
Is this your Instagram?
Yeah.
I just put his Instagram name in the chat so that you guys can follow, so that when stuff does come, you can know about
it. Perfect. And I got a quick 60-second commercial break. Speaking of businesses, because the People's Podcast has been, just being supported by so many people. Okay, that's gonna piss me off right there. Okay, but has been supported by so many people, so many sponsors on YouTube. I thank everyone for your continued sponsorship. Cash App, $, the People's Podcast. Boom, and there we go. My brother Rashad and Jamal, Street Premiere Media Productions. They got a 4K camera, television, film. They hold it down in the South while Darryl's holding it down in the North, and they have some amazing projects coming up. My sister Mimi's children book, ABC I Love Me, coloring book. Thank you. It's on Amazon. Thank you very much, Mimi. Naima Stay On Point Dance Academy. My sister LLC. She teaches ballet virtually. People all across the world on Instagram, but now she has a studio. So now they're, COVID teaching. Supreme Men's Clothing in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you very much, sir. He's going to keep y'all fresh, dripping with the best of fashion. Ronald Muhammad, BMW Entertainment out of Phoenix, Arizona. They do event planning and security. Thank you all very much. Coming right back to you, Brother Darryl, Sister Kenya. Raising Black Millionaires. Sister Tia Muhammad, thank you all very much. They teach economics, empowerment with flashcards to young children. Thank you very much. Brother Kenneth Muhammad, bow tie maker extraordinaire. If you need a bow tie, he can ship it all across the country. Brother Todd X. McGraw, Supreme Team Insurance Group. If you need some insurance, reach out to Brother Todd X. McGraw. Coming right back to you all. Exodus, a new way of life, credit restoration. If you need your credit done, reach out to them. I thank you all for your sponsorship. Khaliq's Boutique, custom made shirts. Thank you very much for the shirt that went viral the other day. I appreciate that. For the Chantel X, the X in Refrigeration and Express, I thank you for your shipping. Reach out to Brother Chantel. Brother Jabbar Muhammad in Chicago, Client First Construction, painting, carpentry, flooring, plumbing, etc. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. Sister Landra El Muhammad, Navy Beans, More Than Bean Pies. Coming right back to you, Brother Darryl. Sister Kenya, Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs here in Atlanta. He has an amazing turkey leg. Make sure you all support. Boom. Here we go with the Sister Amira's Home Decor. Thank you very much. Brother Rashad Muhammad in Chicago, COVID-19 disinfecting cleaning services. Reach out to him if you're in Chicago. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. Thank you very much, Dad. Last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are on Amazon. Boom, right back to our couple.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Love
all
it.
right. Okay, now, Brother Darryl, what advice would you give to single brothers?
You know what? That reminds me, because me and Kenya, we watched Brother Malik and Brother Kyrie and Sister Malika go live the other day, and he was asked a question like, "How do you know you're ready?" You know, and I kind of didn't really know the answer to that question, but he gave a key point, and he said that you know, of course, we're taught from the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that, you know, of course, you need to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? You need to have certain goals. You can't have a helpmeet if you don't even know where they're helping you to. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was very key. And of course, just knowing yourself. Like, you have to know and learn yourself, whether that's, you know, just being alone for a certain amount of time and just going through things alone, learning, going through, you know, just as a man, just growing up, man, the you know, the older you get, the more mature you are in your ways and your thinking. And so you'll, you know, in my mind, you'll have better foresight and better sight of where you want to go with certain things. So I think that just take that time to study yourself before, you know, seeking someone else.
Beautiful. And thank you all. I'm sure the brothers out there want to take that advice. And Sister Kenya, what advice do you have for the single sisters?
I would say just learn as much as you can and travel as much as you can and have as much fun as you want and do the things that you want to do. Literally. Like, I think that we should, and this is not just for women, you know, I think everybody, especially when you have the freedom in the sense of you don't have any children or you don't have a spouse, just be and do those things that might scare you and have the most fun as possible, because in those moments is when you learn the most about yourself, is when you're the most vulnerable. That's when you learn, okay, I like this kind of thing, or I like this kind of person, or, oh, I just learned this about me. And the more that you know about you, the more that you're able to know who will fit into your life the best. And I would say, you know, just listen to that inner voice, that inner God that gives you signs, you know, because a lot of times with us, because we desire certain things so much, whether it's a relationship or whether, you know, because that's a natural desire of companionship or to be successful, whatever it is, because we have those desires, we have to be careful about what they might attract into our lives. But the more that we, you know, go within and understand where we are and understand the signs that Allah will give to you, the easier things will be to navigate, you know, because a lot of times we get confused as about what we should be doing and all of those kinds of things. Like, even when when me and Darryl were together, having those thoughts of like, oh my God, is this guy doing, oh my God, all of those things, which were real thoughts. And I appreciated them because they brought me back to Darryl. But in those moments, had I, you know, just even though I did in a sense, but had I like just really sat back and thought about myself and who Allah was sending to my life, then things probably, even though it wouldn't have been as, you know, fun, it's good to have a story, but it would have been more clear. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would just say, you know, don't get too caught up in, oh my God, I'm single and I want a relationship. The more that you just you and doing your thing, the more that you're even attractive to other people because they see that level of confidence in you to be you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm just saying. Accept your own and be yourself.
Yeah.
The more that we do that in every realm, the more successful we're going to be with whatever it is that we desire or whatever it is that we're a part of.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Okay, great. Okay, Brother Darryl, behind me are some of my favorite albums of all time and music that has inspired me. Music is universal. If you could pick a song, not from behind me, but like a song that you would dedicate to Sister Kenya, like what would be like your song through your relationships? Like what's the song that makes you think of Sister Kenya?
You know what? Honestly, it was a song that she put me on. This is actually our wedding song.
Oh yeah.
Or the song that she walked down the aisle to. Daniel Caesar.
Bless. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one. I think that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, if you listen to the song, it's literally just great. First of all, and then it's like perfectly describing us, which is why we chose it, which is why like our hashtag for the wedding and kind of like our little couple brand name now is KD Coming Home, which is Kenya and Darryl coming home, but it came from off the song Blessed, because it just kind of talks about, you know, the story of a relationship and how, you know, basically through it all, you come back to each other almost. And that's literally describes us to a T. And so when we got married, it was literally perfect for me to walk down to almost, because it was like through everything, it's like, I'm coming home for food. Here I come. So yeah, that song for sure. And Beyonce, I would say, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Oh my God, what's the song called? It's On the Run. Yeah, On the Run part.
Okay.
That's just like a vibe. That's just like a vibe. It was like our engagement party little theme song or whatever. So I like that one too.
Beautiful. And Brother Darryl, from what it's as a writer and an actor, this sounds like an amazing love story that you already have. So you already put this together, because Love and Basketball, The Notebook, they all have these stories where people go away and they come back together, boom, and it's happy. So yeah,
that's
so
real.
I look forward
That's real.
If you do that movie, we definitely want to support you. I just want to thank y'all for coming on the People's Podcast. One more question, Brother Darryl, what advice would you give to single people in general?
Single people in general. You know what? I think you gave a great answer. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, just be you. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you know, before me and Kenya got together, like we were, like I said, I was in a space where I wasn't really seeking anyone in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I was legitimately, like, you know, the saying how they say, let Jesus take the wheel. Like I legitimately like just like let go and said, Allah, man, you steer me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you have to be in a space to allow Allah to move you. You know what I'm saying? To allow yourself to grow, to allow yourself to experience certain things. And if you, like the minister said, if you allow Allah in, he will guide you and he will move you in the direction that you need to be going. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the advice I would give.
Beautiful. And Sister Kenya?
You know, basically the advice that I gave already. And then I would say something that I'm learning from Darryl, actually. I'm a more of the live in the moment type person, you know, like that's me. Like, what are we gonna do today? That's all I want to think about right now. You know, that's me. But Darryl is more of I'm gonna live in a moment, but first I'm gonna think 10 years ahead and see where I'm trying to go and see if this aligns with that. You know what I'm saying? And then once I decide what I'm gonna do, then I'm gonna live in the moment. And so I think that something that I'm learning to do is to think about how I want my life to be. You know what I'm saying? Think about what goals I want to accomplish, the kind of people that I want to attract in my life, right? I suggest that you write that out. Write out what kind of person you would want to be with. Write out what kind of life you want to live, literally. What kind of car you want to drive. What kind of people you want to be around. What kind of outfits are you trying to be wearing? What do you want your house to look like? And even though that sounds petty, but the clearer your vision is of what you want, the more probability you have of actually achieving those things. So I would just say, you know, think about our future. And then walk into it with the more walk that you do and with the more work that you do and be fluid. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to go exactly like you planned it to be. And that's where that, that live in the moment type thing comes in. But, give yourself the opportunity to grow and change your mind if you want to, but just be open and free to Allah feeding you what he wants in your life. But the more that you put out there good vibrations, put out there what you want, the better your life will become because you're being intentional with yourself. Yeah. So that's what I was saying.
I want to thank you. Got so much love in the comments. Thank you all watching the People's Podcast.
Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. I've been reading y'all little comments from my phone. So if you see me looking down, that's what I was doing.
But Darryl, please give the greetings to your family. So the King, give the greetings to your family. Shout out to your brother Rashid. Shout out to the homie Candace, and of course your mom. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for watching the People's Podcast. This means a lot that y'all will take time out of your busy schedule to come on here and give us some inspiration. Thank y'all very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.